I'm Becca and welcome to my July to be read video. These are the books that I am hoping to get to in July, but I feel like I've got a fairly ambitious stack. After I've come back from holidays, I'm like, it is time to read. I was away for 6 weeks on my honeymoon. This is my first week back. Jet lag is throwing me around. My Kindle has been my godsend. So without further ado, let me get into the books that I'm thinking about reading. So the first book I've got on this list is a physical book. It's also a reread for me, and that is The Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson, which is such a popular book. I'm sure people know all about it. I am currently reading Way of Kings, which is the first book on my Kindle. So I don't know if I'll pick these up physically or on my Kindle. We'll see what happens. I am planning to have that finished before July starts, and I've got about a week left of June at the time I'm filming this video, so we'll see what happens there. But Words of Radiance mainly follows the integral characters from book one, which is Kaladin, Dalinar, Adolin, Shallan and Jasna. But then I've also got a few longer books on my July TBR list as well, so no pressure. One of those long books is called The Will of the Many by James Islington, and this is a Roman-inspired high epic fantasy, and it's the first in a series. The other books aren't out yet, so I feel safe reading Stormlight because I know that the next book is coming out very soon and I'll probably be caught up by the time it comes out. But with The Will of the Many, I don't know when that sequel comes out. I think that book actually came out in January, so I feel like I'll be very up to date if I end up finishing it. It's also on my list of books that I really want to finish by the end of July. I did a whole video about that, trying to get my TBR down to 0. And so I think if I finish it during this month, I'll feel very accomplished. I've only seen positive reviews for it. I can't really tell you too much beyond what I've already just said about it. So I am really hopeful that I end up liking it. It's on my Kindle. I can't wait to fly through it. I tend to read faster on my Kindle. I don't know how and I don't know why. Then I've got a new release, which is really exciting. It's called The Sky on Fire by Jen Lyons, and she wrote the Ruin of Kings or the Chorus of Dragons series, and so I'm excited for her new release, The Sky on Fire, because it's not only not a long epic series that I need to commit to, it is a standalone, and it follows a character who rides a drakon, not a dragon. I believe she gets caught up with this ragtag group and she doesn't want to be a part of it, but she joins them on their heist, and their heist is working against someone who already wants to kill her. And it's apparently got steamy scenes in there as well. So I'm looking forward to a bit of spice, some dragons, and just an epic plot and heist. I'm excited about it. It comes out on the 11th of July and I've pre-ordered the audiobook, so I am all set to jump on board this train. While I'm already talking about dragons, I've mentioned this a couple of times now and I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I'm a huge mood reader and this hasn't really sparked the right mood yet, and that is Dragons of Deepwood Fen, which is obviously another dragon book. I think it involves two characters who don't know each other escaping a city and then learning how to use dragon magic because they stole a dragon hatchling or a dragon egg. I'm looking forward to giving it a try, but again, I just haven't felt in the right mood for it. I've mostly been doing rereads at the moment, which I think I've needed while I've been on holiday, but now that I'm back I feel reinvigorated, like I've got the energy to tackle something new, so hopefully in July this one happens as well. Then I have a sequel that I have long been anticipating. If you didn't know, Wolf Song is one of my favorite series ever, and the fourth and final book, Brother Song, is coming out at the end of July, and I feel like I'm going to be an intangible mess at the end of reading Brother Song because I have cried in every book so far, but it is so worth it. Now, this is a series that follows Ox in the first book, and he's almost like a side character in the rest of the series, but in this book he is followed from when he's a young kid up until when he's in his 20s, and as a young child his father, who was not a very good person, left Ox and Ox's mother and just abandoned them. And across the road in this small town, the Bennett family moved in. And Ox and his mother built up this rapport with the Bennett family, and it turns out that the Bennetts are all werewolves. And so this is a male-male romance with an urban fantasy element of the werewolf pack. And I just love how much found family plays a part in this. I just felt that all of these characters were real because they were so well developed and the emotional connections were so strong. And I love that tangible support network that we've got in here too. So this has really jumped to my favorites list. And obviously that's why I've reread this book more than once now. And I just love them so much. And I'm ready to have my heart broken, I think, with Brother Song, because these books just completely destroy me and put me back together. And and I think I'm now ready for that to happen in the end of July. I think Brother Song is out on the 30th of July, so even though the 1st of July is going to roll around and I'm going to be like, oh, Brother Song month, it won't happen until the end of the month, so I have a bit more waiting for me to do. But nonetheless, I'm excited about it. I'm excited to feel the pain, you know? And then I honestly wonder what Libby is going to throw at me during the month of July. I've got 2 nonfiction titles that I keep going, I'm not ready to read these because I don't feel like it's the right time. And they are The Body Keeps the Score and The Myth of Normal. And both of them target subject matter of stress and the body and how your mental health specifically can have a toll on the body as well. And it's based on different studies of stress. And that's really all I know about both. I feel like at a certain point they've conflated into one book in my mind, and so I struggle to discuss exactly what each one are about, but after I read them I'll be able to distinguish them pretty easily. It's just now I just don't really know what I'm talking about because I haven't read them yet. But they're both long audiobooks and I don't know if I want to start them yet. Maybe Libby will throw me The Wisteria Society for Lady Scoundrels or something, which is a historical romance book that's supposed to be kind of a romp. I've put that off a couple of times now and I think I'm in the headspace for it. I like a romance every now and then. And in between The Will of the Many and The Stormlight Archive and The Dragons of Deepwood Fen, I feel like a romance book might help keep my momentum going. So maybe that will happen, maybe not. I could not tell you because my mood is just up and down all the time. But at least I am reading, which is the main goal. So there you have it. That is it for my July to be read pile. A few chunky books on this TBR, but I think with my Kindle, I'll be able to get through them pretty quickly. Now that I'm making more time to read my Kindle, I'm realizing how much of a game changer it is. Oh, I have forgotten one title. Of course I forgot one title. It is Dragon Rider by Taran Matharu. And I thought I'd borrowed this on Libby as an audiobook, but it turns out that I hadn't because I am stupid. So I'm going to have to go into my local library and get the physical copy, I think, or I can just get it cheap locally from Big W or Kmart or something. But I don't know how I feel about buying books when I don't know if I'm going to like them yet. I have so many trust issues now. There are so many books in series that I've read and enjoyed that have turned me the opposite way and I've gone, I hated this, even though I love the others. So yeah, I have book buying trust issues. So Dragon Rider I will borrow before I end up buying. So that is another one that is of a dragon theme. So we've got The Sky on Fire, Dragon Rider, and The Dragons of Deepwood Fen. 3 dragon books for July, plus the Stormlight Archive. So no pressure there in terms of high epic fantasy, but that's a genre I love, so surely I'll be fine. But this is the true end of my July to be read pile. Let me know if you've got huge books on your to be read list as well. It is winter for me, so having longer books on my July TBR makes sense because I want to get cozy and snuggle down and read, but I know for the other side of the world it's the peak of summer. So if you're reading romance, if you're reading fantasy, let me know. I would love to know. But thank you so much for watching this video. I'll come chat to you down below in the comments and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.